6 is Leon and Helena. Lol. Chris and Piers. Lol Piers. And Sherry Birkins and Jake. What? Fucking Sherry Birkins they brought back for that game? Why? You don't have to conserve characters that bad. You could have a character just be a little side character in a game and then not have them come back as a fucking protagonist. Poor Sherry. She deserves to live a normal life. It's true. There's nothing better for it. Let me just update the stream information real fast. Dredge. The demo is really good, so I have high hopes for the real game. New game. Wait, oh, I should have hit new game yet. I gotta pee. God damn it. Job listing. Angler wanted. I've got an angle. I started rewatching Futurama, and every time Zap Brannigan shows up, it's just... I talk back to the TV in my approximation of his style of talking, because I love that. Over the top type of ducking is one of my favorite ways to duck. They say I'm a hero. The morning light fills your eyes, and you try to sit upright. You're lying on the cold, wet dock where you collapsed the night before. We've all been there. Alright, I gotta pee and refill my water bottle, so BRB. Like in December or January, like I was really sick and I vomited a lot, but like none of that vomit was nearly as bad as like the norovirus like puking up kielbasa experience I had. That was the worst. Alright, let's play a little dredge. The morning light fills your eye and you try to sit upright. You're lying on the cold, wet cock where you collapsed the night before. A short man is shouting orders at a handful of workers disembarking from a boat nearby. The man notices you. Welcome to Greater Marrow. I must say, quite the dramatic first impression. I see you've already introduced yourself to the jagged rocks along the bay. He thought himself a comedian. Did you not see the lighthouse? It was shining right at you. Ah, well, I'm glad to see our new fisherman upright and breathing. Your boat was hopelessly damaged, but I've had a few of the locals move your things to one of our old vessels. We'll catch up later to discuss more details. I'll let you get out there and catch some fish. See if you can fill your cargo while you get your bearings in the light. Finally, I don't suppose I need to say this, but get back by sundown, before the fog rolls in. Keep a close eye on the time. It could really creep up on you. It's a weird look for a Dredge video game, and I thought that band broke up in 2014. Obscure musical jokes. Move forward with W. Use S to reverse. Turn with A and D. How's the volume? Is it just right? Move to a fishing spot. Press F to start fishing. Fish. You got some blue-ass mackerel. Audio's good? Nice. Play some mackerel. My tip is to eat ice cream if you know you're gonna vomit. Neutralize the acid so it doesn't hurt or linger in your mouth for hours. Oh, that's a good idea. In my December hell, it was mostly like I would drink a lot of water and then vomit a lot of water. It was a horrible cycle. Don't recommend. I'm trying to double tap in the green, but I don't think you're allowed. Let's overfish. Screw the environment. What's it ever done for me? This spot's been depleted. My bartender knows when I've had too much to drink because I asked for a scoop of vanilla. Nice. Question mark? A floating buoy. It serves to mark safe passage past dangerous rocks and obscure hazards. Its dim light also provides a brief respite in the gloom of the night. Time only advances when you're fishing. You don't have the right equipment for this, Scott. Oh, come on! They look like fluke or flounder. I love fishing for fluke and flounder. Reminds me of fishing with my grandpa. Rotate. I keep on pressing R to rotate. Is anyone excited for Evil Dead Rise? Comes out in a couple of weeks, so I'm starting to think about it. Don't have the equipment for this spot, alright. Makes you want to replay Sunless Sea? Go for it. Evil Dead Rise is a movie. I am unclear on its connection to either the remake from, like, what was it, 2014, 2015? Like, somewhere in the 20-somethings there was an Evil Dead remake. Which was fine. I still prefer original Evil Dead, but I like the remake. I don't know if this is related to that, or in some way the original movies / television show. Yeah, that was a good show. I enjoyed it. Whoops. Alright, I don't think I can catch any more fish at this point. Is Bruce Campbell in the new one? I don't know. That's the thing. There's a trailer for it, which I recommend you check out, Evil Dead Rise. It looks like it's about a family. This one's going to be its own thing. Well, thank you, Take. Take a chance. Are you excited for the movie? Again, I'm a huge horror person. I really love horror movies, and this one looks like it's going to be a good horror movie. Your luck lost, fisherman. You after somewhere to sell your catch? Great Amara's on the west side of the bay. Keep an eye on the lighthouse, eh? Wouldn't want you to lose sight of it for too long. Horror. So, when it comes to Evil Dead 1, horror movie. No question about it. That's just straight up, it's a horror movie. Evil Dead 2, horror comedy. Horror comes first, but there's comedy in it. Army of Darkness, comedy horror. That's comedy first, horror distant second. Television show, I think, had a pretty nice balance. They're all comedy. Do you remember the first movie? I wouldn't call the first movie comedy. It had some light comedic elements, but it was definitely a horror movie first. Like, the second movie's way more comedic than the first. You don't remember the first one? I didn't think so, given that you're saying it's comedy. Tonally, if you watch 1 and 2, they're basically, like, 2 is basically a remake of the first movie, but it's totally way different. She picks up the chainsaw with one hand. They have to cut off a hand. It's gonna be a birthday present? Nice. Well, it looks like we gotta go across the bay. Someone has to lose a hand and use a chainsaw. That's just the rules. And also, the remake of Evil Dead, definitely not a comedy either. Bruce Campbell makes a cameo in the remake. They said that for the one in 2013. He only said groovy after the credits. Yeah, it wasn't really a cameo. It was just like a nice little Easter egg, if anything. And that's fine by me. Like, I love Bruce Campbell. I want him to be in every movie. But if you're gonna go for, like, a proper, like, this is a horror movie, we're looking for spooks and scares, you might not want to put Bruce Campbell in there. He's much more reminiscent of the funny times. You're gonna lose your mind? Good. You step into the dock at Great Amaro. The mayor's waiting nearby. I see you've returned in one piece. Very good. Before you head off to town, we should discuss the matter of your boat. As I mentioned earlier, your boat was too badly damaged to be repaired. However, I'm more than happy to sell you that replacement vessel. Yours to own. I understand you may not have the necessary funds on hand, so we'll consider it a loan. But I want to make this easy for you. Until your debt's repaid, a tiny portion of your fish sales will go towards paying it off. A small amount of interest will go towards improving the town. So to recap, you'll need to sell fish at the local market, paying off your debt and, in turn, keeping the population fed and satisfied. Understand? Got it. Yeah, watch out for the APR. At least he's not Tom Nook. Well, I make that joke, but honestly, I wish everyone was Tom Nook in the money-lending world. Ah, no interest, and don't worry about paying it back. At your own pace. Party! Off you go, then. Sell those fish while they're still fresh. Take a chance. Thank you for taking a chance on that follow button. Welcome to Shake the Box family. Very happy to have you here. I'm Chris. We play all kinds of weird stuff on this channel. I love horror movies, and it sounds like you do too, so I think we'll have a lot to talk about. You enter a squalid shack on the fringe of the marketplace. The familiar smell of fish fills the air. Flies buzz haphazardly around a downcast man behind the counter. You're the new fisherman, eh? Surprised they found a new one so fast. What happened to the other one? It takes a certain kind of person to last out here. It's not a life for everyone. Anyway, to business. I'll pay you for the fish. Bigger and fresher means more money. Some species are just worth more too. Other towns and other islands might pay you different. But while you've still got a debt outstanding here, I'd suggest you work on paying it off first. So let's see what you've got. I would like to sell all fish, please. The mayor's standing outside the fishmonger's store. I like all kinds of weird stuff, as do I. You've been here the whole time, party, chilling? Well, in that case, hi again anyway. Excellent work. I have no doubt you'll be able to provide for this town. Look here, I found this down by the docks. I'm sure someone like you can make something of it. Why don't you take it? Thank you. Don't mind if I do. Suddenly empty inventory is nice. It's very satisfying. I played the demo. We streamed the demo, in fact. And I enjoyed it. I'm kind of excited for the full game. You don't want to see too much, Dredge? Well, you're safe for at least like an hour and a half, 2 hours, because that's all the demo we played already. Oh, allergies are kicking my ass. One last thing. Our local shipwright mentioned they might be able to make some modifications to your ship. You should pay her a visit. You thought you were crazy? You could have swore I played this? I played the demo. And it seems like the demo was the start of the game, so we're going to be replaying a little bit. And that's fine. As you walk into the yard, you see the shipwright making repairs to a damaged hull. She looks at you briefly before turning back to her work. You must be the new fishman. I can make improvements to your vessel in the yard. Mind you, I'm not in the business doing favors around here. Payment is up front. Everything takes some time to install. Also, if you take any damage from the rocks, or any damage at all, I can patch it up, mostly. She shrugs and gestures toward the hull she's currently attempting to repair. A number of wooden boards, all well above the waterline, are splintered and scratched. Take a look around. Just remember, the bigger the equipment, the longer it takes to install, so plan ahead. Yes, I would like to install this thing? The hell is this thing? A research part. Could be used to develop some equipment. Or maybe I'm just looking at some of these fishing poles instead. Simple skimmer, weighted line. What do I have? I got basic fishing pole. For coastal, this is for shallow, this is for shallow. The bigger the cloud shoes. Haven't used that button for a while because we haven't been playing. Haven't been playing any Hitman recently. Pick up, discard to storage. I was wondering if, like, there's a research button. We've already done this game, and I already don't remember how to play it. Alright, I would like a new line. Strengthen line to catch larger and deeper fish. 150. I can't afford that, so I'll buy a simple skimmer, please. Oh, over here. 2-hour installation for a fishing pole? It's a very complicated pole, I guess. Fishing sim, how hard could it be? Well, I'm happy with that. Goodbye. My storage. What the hell is this thing? Place, rotate, discard. Oh, I love that capacitive mute button. I'll just put this in my storage for now. Rest until morning. Time to go fishing. In the demo, we didn't get too Lovecraftian. Like, there's definitely some weird stuff going on. Mutated fish. Mysterious secrets. All kinds of stuff. Yeah, flounder. Fluke and flounder really bring me back to my childhood. We definitely got chased by something at some point while we were playing. Alright, stock's low, but there's still some fish to be caught. This spot's depleted. Maybe we'll stay out a little late today. See if maybe we see some spooky stuff. Some blue mackerel. Doo -doo -doo. It's weird to have a fishing horror game. You know? Done with this spot for now. Yeah, the rocks just like kind of pop up in front of your ship at night sometimes. Well, that looks like something out there. What's going on over here? A bottle? Message in a bottle? Added to cabin. How do I get to my cabin? Tab. Cabin. Messages. We had a slight accident yesterday around the shallows at the back of Great Amaro. A rock seemingly appeared out of nowhere and struck the front of the boat. It did not penetrate the hull, but it jostled us around. A few items fell overboard in the water. We did not see what they were, which is of some concern, but we believe all important articles are accounted for. He has been checking over some notes from the boat renaming ceremony. He is paranoid that he performed the steps incorrectly. I have never known him to be so superstitious. He? Who's he? Who is this mysterious he? Alright, I don't think we'll be able to catch these guys over here. Guess we're a little bit deeper out now. Oh, we're good. We can catch them. Oh, it's just more blue mackerel. I was hoping for something a little bit more exciting. And what are you? Shapes. Don't have the right equipment for this. That's right, we're gonna need, like, the treasure tow hook thing. Don't have the right equipment. That's a bummer. Is it nighttime yet? Oh, it's getting there. Jax! What's going on? Thank you for that raid. Universe Sim, that's been on my wish list for a little while. How is it? Hello, Cat Noli. Welcome, Raiders. I'm Chris here at Shake the Box. Today, we finished up Resident Evil 4 Remake, and we're currently taking a look at Dredge. We played the demo way back when, but now we're playing the full release. We're not supposed to be out here at night, but I want to see what happens if we stay out at night. Do I not have lights? Oh. Exposure to fog and other things increases your panic. Bright lights and sleeping will reduce it. There we go, we got some lights on. The stone hums quietly, sending ripples throughout the air. Faint shapes dance upon its surface, vanishing before your eyes can focus on them. Place your hand on the stone. The cold stone does not respond to your touch. Mud's a good guy. You like Universe Sim and the Twitch integration. As Twitch integration! Well, that's all you need to say to me. I enjoyed the demo quite a bit. We've only just turned this on, so we're not too deep into it yet, but I've heard only good things, and if it's anything like the demo, I'm gonna enjoy it. It's definitely worth checking out. Tell me about the Twitch integration. Whoa, Universe Sim. I hear some of those just suddenly appearing in front of your rocks. Ooh. There's something out there. Something in the water. No damage to boat. I'm a professional fishman. Go ahead and sell some fish. A hunched woman approaches you from the steps of the lighthouse. She stops some distance away and looks at you with concern and visible apprehension. Why are you here? Viewers can join the game as villagers, slowly gain points over time, which they can use to do a handful of actions. Some helpful and some harmful. That sounds awesome. Bokai could use some THC for his panic. Who couldn't? I've come to fish. There's nothing here for someone like you anymore. Do yourself a favor and move on. She turns and shuffles back along the path that leads to the light. I have a special order come through from a customer. If you can fulfill it, I'll pay you above normal prices. Tell me about the order. They asked for one of the gold flounder and one gray eel. Just bring them when you have them. You'll need to have a rod that can handle shallow water. Fish in order to catch them. Shipwright should be able to sort that for you. That sounds perfect, Jax. That sounds perfect. That sounds like my kind of experience. What? No! Sounds like something that Mighty Odin would do. Have you got any fish for that order? I do. Just leave whatever you have here. I'll keep the order on ice until it's all ready to go. Flopping around. Alright, come back when you have everything. Now to regular business, eh? Make sure you get enough rest. Tired eyes won't fare well in these waters. Oh my, you look exhausted. You're not forgetting to get some sleep, are you? As I always say, taking frequent breaks is an important part of being productive. What are you, a fucking Nintendo game? Be sure to take a break. They can also steal, blow up buildings, and murder other villagers. That sounds great. They can give you resources and complete research. You say that, Mighty Odin, but we have a pretty good split in the audience. Half the people will do helpful things, the other half will do mean things. You're a fan of my voiceover? Well, thank you very much. Take a chance. Yeah, I don't trust the mayor, PJ. Occasional votes for president, and we'll always pick viewer citizens. That's amazing. There's a 3-choice vote for things like resources and natural disasters. Makes for an eventful game. I might have to pick this up. This sounds like something that would be a lot of fun. Just the person I was hoping to see. We'll be sailing out east towards Little Marrow. Would you give this package to the dock worker there, please? You got it. The mayor hands you a small, damp package bound in string. It's dripping slightly. The dock worker will pay you upon delivery. Please be quick about it. I don't want it to spoil. Don't forget to check your compass and map if you get lost. Off we go. Moobler kept misbehaving, so I threw him into space. R.I.P. Moobler. I haven't seen Moobler for a little while. It's always fun when I bump into him, though. You are a god, after all. Just throw him into space, why not? Universim. It's been on my wish list for a little while, and I hear it, like, left early access or something recently, right? It popped up in my feed for some reason or another. Either it got an update, it left early access, or it was on sale or something. But, like, it re-entered my brain, because it was like, oh, there we go. I should look into that again. It's on sale right now. Okay, that's why it popped up. I might pick it up then. There we go. This is what we were looking for. Look at all those wrigglies. Ah, I guess I'll try that. That's how they get you. How long do you think the package will last before rotting? I wonder if it actually has an actual in-game timer. I wouldn't put it past the game. Well, overfished this area. Whoa, whoa, whoa. Jax? You got a pizza stone? Tell me about this pizza. I always harass people about the food they're eating. I always want to know what's going on. What kind of pizza? Is it going on a pizza stone? Do you have a pizza peel? I'm thinking about getting a pizza peel. Fastest eel catcher in the West. Ooh, a bottle. Either way, enjoy your pizza. Stupid Noida worms had a great run going. One of the bastards riled Steve up. Wasn't ready for Steve. Isn't that the worst? If it's not a worm, it's always one of those godforsaken spiders doing it. We do not have what we need to catch a shark. Frozen pizza this time, but I just got a pizza oven and peels, so I'm gonna... Ooh, what kind of pizza oven did you get? Was it one of those, ooh, what are they called? Uno? Not Uno. Oni? I can't remember. Yeah, the peel's the giant, like, flat... It looks like a giant spatula. It's like a pizza-sized spatula. Sits on top of a gas stove and works that way. Oh, nice. Not what I was thinking of, but that sounds very nice. Any suggestions on a smoker? Pellet, charcoal, or electric? So I've never worked with a smoker, but I do watch the Barbecue Pit Boys. And I believe they tend to use pellet smokers on the Barbecue Pit Boys. Yeah, I've heard electric's easy, but definitely less flavor. I do love smoked food, though. Got an electric because you're lazy? Is it a good one, though? Like, would you recommend it? Like, I have a little charcoal grill, and I got myself a little propane grill. And I usually just, you know, I do the, like, wood chips and a little container, a little water, and, like, I set up a little smoking situation in the grill. Is that the .com barbecue? Yes. BarbecuePitBoys.com. I do not recommend the Barbecue Pit Boys for recipes, by the way. They are, like, a hate watch situation for me. They make nightmare foods on that channel. But they are very funny to watch. I do recommend watching them. Thank you very much, Jax. Enjoy your dinner, and thanks again for the raid. Hopefully I'll be able to catch you at some point. I'll be looking for you. Got a Weber kettle. Takes a bit of setup, but it's mostly fire and forget. Comes out fine. Yeah, what are you planning on smoking, Creed? Got any ideas? Any plans? Any exciting smoke ventures? Alright, I'm pointing in the right direction here. What are you, the food police? Got a food police coming. Morning of the second day of the honeymoon. And our first day proper. Today, we're sailing around the islands and inlets at the back of Great Amaro. I love the rocks here. The layers and colors are so striking. Furthermore, the fishing is relatively poor in these shallows, so I know he will keep his hands on the wheel instead of the rods. My husband's a chronic masturbator. He renamed the boat last night, Julie. He did a fancy renaming ceremony and everything. I think he took that more seriously than the wedding. Supposedly it's very important to perform it correctly, lest you want ill fortune to follow the vessel. He wanted to throw away everything with the old name on it, but I kept the keychain. Ocean Riches was a good name. I think he has prepared a surprise picnic lunch. I could see the basket half hidden, stuffed under a blanket at the front of the cabin. I love it when he tries to be romantic. You want to smoke everything? Chicken, brisket, vegetables, block of cream cheese? Yeah, smoked cream cheese is a delight. I've only ever had it once. I imagine electronic smoker with the, a pellet smoker with electronic monitor would be fine. Am I going the right way? Yeah, I am. A delivery? Let's see here. He tears a small hole in the paper and peeks in size. You can't say for sure, but it feels as though he's shielding it from your view. This smells foul. You obviously took your sweet time getting this here. He won't let me pay for a delivery in this state, but maybe I can give you this. I was given this old book a few weeks back, but it didn't make much sense to me. You'll surely get more use out of it. He pulls a crumpled book from his back pocket and hands it to you. A number of the pages are folded over. Keep it in your cabin. Perhaps you can read it while you're out in the water. Stop by for a chat any time. I know how lonely it can be. You would like to throw dinner into it around noon, and by dinner it's done? That's why I like the sous vide so much. You just huck it in there and, like, later on you're ready to go. I may have mentioned this, but Stop and Shop around these parts had rib roast on sale. Ridiculous sale, by the way. Like, original price over $100. I spent like $30-something on it. So, very nice sale. And I've never cooked a rib roast before, but I'm probably gonna break it down into like steaks. I'll probably give sous vide a try on one of them. soon. Just build your own smoker. Like, just find a big old barrel somewhere, one of those oil barrels. If it's discounted that steeply, you don't trust it? It was a planned Easter sale. It was the same thing going on with, like, hams and such. So it wasn't like, here's one very questionable piece of meat. It was like, I got in there on the first day of the sale, so I was able to get some, but it was sold out, like, the day after. Have you got any fish for that order? Just leave whatever you have here. I'll take the order on ice. Here you go, bud. He wraps up the fish and hands you some money. Good, good. They should be pleased with these. I've got another order here. This one's a little more curious. They want a couple of squid and a whole black grouper. Don't see many people fishing squid these days. They only feed at night. And well, you know what nights are like round here. Good luck. I don't know how you can do it every day. These old bones wouldn't cut it on the high seas. Dead adjusted. Just fire it up to the temp you need, yeah? Yeah, we got top nooks when we got here. Like, my boat crashed, and they're like, hey, here's a new boat, now pay us. That's a top nooking we took right there. A real top nooking. We'll stay out late, we'll try and get a squid. I wonder if I could find a used smoker around these parts for cheap. Doodle-doo. Oh! Okay. Imagine you can say no and it just ends with a secret ending. Like that, one of the Far Cries, where you could just be like, no thank you, and just, like, not go anywhere, and the game's just like, oh, okay. Yeah, I guess it's done. Doo-doo-doo. I'll probably start grilling again soon. I dislike the spring and the summer because I'm an allergy-stricken shut-in, but all the same, I do like putting food on a grill and eating it. Particularly, again, like, you sous vide something and you finish it on the grill, it's great. I love putting stuff in relatively warm water for a period of time, and then eating it. Flonase is your savior? I gotta, like, go to a doctor at some point and just be like, listen, we gotta do something. But when the pandemic started, I was like, I don't need to see a doctor for a few years, and so I haven't. But it's time now, I think. How to barbecue right on YouTube. No. Only use the barbecue pit boys to learn how to grill and smoke. Trust me. You won't regret it. For those that don't know, the barbecue pit boys have done some truly criminal things on their YouTube channel. They have a recipe for how to make a barbecue sauce. And you might be thinking to yourself, barbecue sauce is delicious. What could be wrong with that? This barbecue sauce is just take already made barbecue sauce and then ash your cigar into it. And then eat it. That's poison. They're telling you to eat poison. Cigar ash is not a food. It is a byproduct. Disgusting, yes. This is a gross betrayal of my trust. The ashtray flavor. Like, I honestly think it is the most vile thing I've seen in a, like, legitimate cooking channel. It's just like, yeah, what are we gonna do today? I don't know, we're gonna ash my cigar into barbecue sauce and eat food. It's like, what the fuck? No. That's not food anymore. That's bad stuff. That's garbage now. I hate that recipe with a burning passion. Gotta find some squids. I can't see any fishy circles. Uh-oh. The light almost went out. Food cops. At least it didn't lead you astray. Hey, fart. There we go. It's like, hey, supposed to end with a fart. Whoa! Didn't hit the rocks. Professional boat driver. You tell me you don't want to eat the remnants of an ashtray? Surprisingly not. I want to eat food. Got me a grouper. That eye thing means it's nighttime and there's some panic going on. I want a squid. We got a grouper. We need a squid now. You squid? Yeah, squid. Ooh, we got one of the weird-looking fish. A brood fish. I would also be scared of miraculously spawning rocks, yes. But yeah, I think this is, he told the Vegematics to look away. This is like our panic, I think. But you can see things get a little weird if you stay out late and you don't get your sleep. The babies need a host. It's only being kind to nature. Fisherman, what is it? You look a touch troubled. Is the fog starting to get to you? Completely normal around here, and nothing to worry about. With a good night's rest, you'll be right as rain by morning. Have you got any fish for that order? Just leave whatever you have here. I'll keep an order on ice until it's ready. Tentacles sprout from a glowing core inside a gelatinous sack. Other cores lay dormant alongside. Maybe I'll show it to him before I make it part of the order. This is a prize-winning fish I got right here. Maybe again, I'll not make that part of the order. The fishmonger wraps up the fish and hands you some money. I didn't think you had it in you. Night fishing's a tall order. I'll let you know when I get more orders in. For now, on to usual business. What is it today? You hand the grotesque fish to the fishmonger. He grins, raising the fish up to his face before inhaling a deep, stuttering breath. Ah, now this is the sort of specimen to liven up my day. I wonder. He runs his fingers firmly along the length of the fish, as though feeling for something. He pushes from one side of its stomach, and a small shape can be seen against the bulging scales. He slices the fish open. From its stomach, he pulls a small piece of fabric and spreads it on the counter. It's a delicately patterned handkerchief. Well, I've never seen that before in all my days. I'll give you this thing. And I'll pay you for the fish too, of course. It's not the first corrupted fish I've seen in these parts, so I'm sure you'll find more before too long. I'll pay you well if you find any more. Sir, what are you gonna do with that weird fish? It depends on the parasites. That's why we should smoke this fish. Yeah, we're definitely gonna be past the dead at this point. A once beautiful handkerchief, drawn from the insides of a grotesque fish, patterned with delicate crimson thread. Nice. A man is looking at you through your cabin window. His face is mostly in shadow. I know what you took to the fishmonger, and I'll be clear. I know he extracted an artifact from it. I need to inspect it, but not here. Meet me on the Blackstone Isle. Head out of this bay and cut south. I have a business proposition that you'll want to hear. I'll be waiting. Let's just sleep all day and night. Long sleep here. The best I could do is 350. I want to go to that beam of light in the sky. The mayor is walking quickly towards you. He seems to be in a good mood, with a spring in his step. Fantastic news. Thanks partly to your efforts, Greater Marrow is growing. Our town is sure to be swarming with visitors any day now. In fact, I've granted a consent for the shipwright to expand her facilities. The old dry dock is operational again. I've also allocated some money to improve the fishmonger's services. He might have something to talk to you about soon. Keep up the good work. We're glad you've chosen to be here with us. He sprouts gills and slips into the water. This is the dry dock. We can make significant improvements to your vessel here. We're talking extra space, more attachment points for equipment, and even superior hulls. We'll need a decent stock of hard materials for these projects. Lumber, metal scraps, hard bodies, that sort of thing. How do I get these materials? There's plenty of decent material around the coast from various shipwrecks and the like. I'm sure you'll find a way to get at them. I can't breathe through my nose right now. It's making it hard. Materials assigned towards upgrades here will be stored, so don't worry if you only have half of what we need. 2 cargo spaces to also hold rods. 4 rod spaces to also hold nets. 2 cargo spaces to also hold engines. And more light. Who needs lights? Come on. It's paid, baby! No more debt! Hundreds of smokers for around $200. Leave it to Texas to have hundreds of smokers for free. Free. For cheap. I wish they were free. We Millennium Falcon our ship with stuff ransacked from the... No, we would have to win a game of, Oh my god. I can't remember the name of this stupid fake game they play. Baccarat? That's a real game, isn't it? We'll say Baccarat. You need the biggest smoker you could get, Creedmoor. Don't let anyone tell you have a big one. I know. I can't remember how to get the materials. Alright, what we got here? Shallow. I have a simple skimmer. Let's go see the new friend. They always do it bigger in Texas. Sabak! Yes, Sabak is the dumb made-up game they play in Star Wars. Oh wait, research! Research! That's what we want to click on. Catches volcanic and shallow fish. Coastal and shallow. Oh, I need more research parts. I could have done this, but I was a fool. Alright, let's go see that guy. We'll fish along the way, obviously. Maybe we'll fish on the way back. We'll go to him first. You never fill yours up, really? I guess that makes sense. like the soundtrack of this game quite a bit. It's rather pleasant. Well, overfished this area too. Sounds a little bit like Westworld's. I could hear that, yeah. Ephemeris, did you ever watch, like, the last season of Westworld's? I haven't seen the newest season yet. I'm curious on opinions on the season in question. Damn it. Newest season's more of the same. Is that a good thing or a bad thing, though? It was confusing? Like, I don't think it'll ever live up to... Like, Season 1 was phenomenal. I really like Season 1. Season 2 was alright. And then Season 3 was like a different show. So I'm never sure how I'm supposed to feel about Season 3. I imagine Season 4 is like a continuation of 3 and a conclusion to all of it. I like Westworld, so I'll keep watching. Yeah, I enjoyed it. It's more of Season 3. Okay, that makes sense. It's going somewhere. Again, it feels almost like it became a different show in Season 3. The man is standing in a doorway, watching you approach. He's holding an old book in one hand. It's bound in crimson with silver ribbons. You came, good. Allow me to introduce myself. I'm a collector of many things. Art and artifacts, treasures and truths, and curios that occupy the periphery of desire. And you have something for me. You give the handkerchief to the collector. He holds it up to the flickering light and studies it. These patterns are unmistakable. Even after all this time, this handkerchief comes from an old ship I've been searching for. It sank many years ago. They'd carried items of great importance, as you can imagine. Retrieving them is proving to be challenging. That's where you come in. My proposition is this. I will outfit your vessel with equipment that will let you dredge the wrecks in dark depths. Find me these lost relics, and I will reward you in ways beyond all imagining. You need not give up your fishing career. I'll merely need a few hours with your vessel to make the necessary alterations. What do you say? Oh, I accept. An excellent decision. I'll prepare the equipment immediately. Last season was mind-expanding. That sounds like a good season. Last thing you watch is when, spoilers. I think spoilers. Alexa, shut up! Alexa, stop! I didn't even say anything remotely like that name. That was a while ago? It was. I had to spend 20% of the show explaining to my friends, who that I watch it with, who the characters actually were. That was a weird part of Season 3, is that, like, this person looks like this person, but it's actually this person in a clone, well, you know, robot body of this person. It's like, okay, I gotta remember who's who, because they all have different faces now. The relics we're looking for are a ring, a necklace, a watch, and a music box, and a key. I would encourage you to ask around the towns about shipwrecks or other strange occurrences. Anything that might be worth investigating. Return when you have something. Or if you just need a little bit of a cuddle. Alright, we should be able to get some garbage out of the ocean now, which is exactly what we want. I just want some trash. Dredge. I don't remember. Okay, that's how it works. Right. We got a ring. I would suggest going back and watching, like, Season 2. And if you enjoy Season 2, maybe consider Season 3. But the nice thing is Season 1, it stands alone. Like, you don't need to keep going. That's some thick fog with many seas. I see a sparkle out there. The lighthouse towers above. Waves crash endlessly against the perilous rocks below. All creatures, human or otherwise, would have their brittle bodies broken and thrown at its feet. You ponder the intrinsic power of this structure, a vast column of stone shouldering the responsibility of countless lives. How long will it stand? How long until it decays into ruin, its purpose exhausted? The lighthouse towers above. That just little blurb about Lighthouse makes me kind of want to rewatch the movie Lighthouse, which was a great movie. Ooh, host eel. That's a weird one. Don't mind if I do. Yeah, with William Dafoe and good old Robert Pattinson. It's a good movie. It's a good movie. Probably this weekend coming up. Obviously, I guess we are technically in the weekend right now, but like this upcoming Saturday or Friday night, whichever one works best for folks, gotta do the Super Mario Brothers movie, the old one with Leguizamo. Gonna do that in the Discord, and the week after I'm gonna do Big Trouble in Little China, because these are just two movies I've been wanting to play. Defoe's new movie looks terrifying. Inside. I'm pretty sure I saw the trailer, and yes, I'm excited for Beau is Scared, or Beau is Afraid, one of those. It's an Ari Aster movie, and I love Ari Aster movies. He did I can't, my brain is just like shut down now, I guess. He did Midsummer, and he did God damn it, someone, my brain's like, Heritage! That's not right. Give me the name. It's when you inherit, like, a thing through, like, my mother had this problem, and now I have it too. Hereditary! I'm like, Harris something. Thank you, Hereditary. Ari Aster did Hereditary, and he did Midsummer. Those are two of my favorite movies. So I'm very excited for Beau is Afraid. And it has fucking, Phoenix in it. And that man's an amazing actor. So it's gonna be an incredible movie, I imagine. Been meaning to talk to you about a new business venture I've been considering. Crab pots. I've got one here for you, in fact. It's a bit banged up. Well, you can get it fixed at the shipwright. Thank you. Too kind. Yes, Jockwood Phoenix. Should be pretty straightforward. Just drop it out at sea anywhere, then come back after a day or two to check on it. Got a customer after a fiddler crab and a common crab. Both species can be found around here. Yeah, he's great in everything he's in. Thank you, sir. Thank you, sir. It's pronounced Joaquin. Joaquin Phoenix. That's good to know. I'll definitely forget, but it's good to know. BTILC is a national treasure. I'm not sure I know what that means. Oh yeah, our debt's paid off. Guess we're not getting any crab. I did sell the weird fish. Oh, I should have looked at the description of the weird fish. You approach a woman sitting on the dockside, staring at the sea. She turns to you. What's it like out there? It's peaceful. It's got to be a damn sight better than this bloody town. I think I just need to get away for a while. Maybe not come back. Oh yeah, Big Trouble in Little China is one of the greatest movies ever told. Greatest movies ever made, period. I love Big Trouble in Little China. Going backwards a mistake, don't you think? You should always keep moving forward, moving along. It's not so bad here. She's gazing out to sea again, lost in thought. Say, if you find me some materials, maybe you can help me move. I mean, really move. There's an island I've heard about, Steel Point, just to the north. 2 units of lumber and 2 units of scrap is all I need. I can make a new place for myself out there. You'd be welcome to visit too. Just stack it up at Steel Point when you have anything. I'll pay you when the job's done. What is it? Know of any shipwrecks around here? She eyes you suspiciously. There's a spot near the back of Greater Marrow where the current carries in wreckage from the sea. Some nights you can see an unnatural glow rising from that patch of dark water. I can't imagine what's down there in the deep. So if you're looking for what I think you're looking for, it's best you just move on. Oh, hell yeah, There Will Be Blood is a phenomenal movie. I drink your milkshake! I drink it up! Like anything with, again, my brain is just... it's off now. We've hit the almost 6-hour mark of streaming. Apparently, it's when my brain goes away. But anything with Daniel Day-Lewis in it is worth checking out. The man is a consummate professional. I know. Oh, wait, no, this is not what I want. I want to go here. Looks like some of your equipment could use some fixing. We can repair that here. What needs repairing? Repair all. We'll just do it. Could you install this, please? Lasts for 3 days. Yields... Oh, wait, I don't have to repair this, do I? Good, alright. We should go to the trader, I guess. Nara, what's up? How you doing, Nara? I take a little nappy poo. And hit the ocean again. Have you been playing it? Goodbye, crab pot. You never would have picked it otherwise? I remember we played the demo on stream, and I thought the demo was quite good. And so I was like, yeah, we gotta check this out when it comes out. I have a few demos that we should also pop into and check out. I also got that city builder game, Cardboard Town, I think it's called. The devs reached out to me and sent me that one, so we gotta take a look at that soon. Joke's on them, I already know I like that game because I've already seen other people play the Cardboard City Builder. I.e., Real Civil Engineer. I watched him play it. We'll probably take a look at that tomorrow. RCE. And then again, I have like various demos I've been meaning to look at for a little while. We need more valuable fish than that. I can vaguely hear Andrew's playing The Last of Us for the first time in the living room right now. So proud of him. Playing video games. Whoops. I guess we'll just catch one more of these and be on our merry way. Ah, we need more Valium than that. He's playing The Last of Us out there right now. I put Hitman on the PlayStation out there as well. My boy, what's my boy playing? But he's been plugging away at Hitman and The Last of Us. When he wants to play something that isn't his personal nightmare. Mario 64, of course, being the personal nightmare. Like to sell some fish, please? I found this book out back. Could be useful to you. I know you would love... Disco Elysium's, like, going to happen sooner rather than later. It's been on my list for ages. It's been requested several times by various people. We're gonna play it. I mean, I might as well buy a couple of crab pots, just leave them out there. Yeah, I know I would like Disco Elysium. Well, I'll just hit the hay first here. Especially now that the game is fully voice acted in a lot of ways. I won't have, I won't have to do every voice line. The settings button there to do research. Take all. Hold on, let me throw some crab pots down. Hut. 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 Hey, thank you so much for that raid, Ness. How was your stream? Tell me all about it. Someone please give a shout out. Hey, you were also playing Dredge. How do you like it so far? Welcome, Raiders. I'm Chris here at Shake the Box. We play all kinds of weird garbage here. Today we finished Resident Evil 4 Remake, and now we're checking out Dredge. Only just started not too long ago. I don't have any research parts. Oh, you're playing for the first time. This is... I played the demo before this, but now this is my first, like, proper playthrough. Pursuits. We need a common crab and a fiddler crab. We need some garbage. Search for relics. Oh, don't worry about it. I understand. Often I will raid and then go find dinner because I'm dying by the end of a stream. Click on a book to read. Cargo. I don't need book in the cargo. The only book I think I have is the encyclopedia? I kind of assume that's the thing he gave us when he said, here's a book, you can have it. Oh, you mean these two books? Oh my god. I'm sorry, my brain is jelly. Select its active book. Past time to read. Rods, reels, and rigs. I'll read this one first. Alright, now when we rest, we'll be reading books. Just like in Persona. Oh boy. Did I have anything I wanted? I've got a fiddler crab. Let's drop off the fiddler clab. Fiddler clab. Here you go, bud. Alright, I'll be on my merry way. Thank you very much. I gotta go over, commit myself. Bye. Yeah, smooth like a marble right now. You want to see the entries for the weird fish? We'll take a peek soon. We just get a little fishing done, you know? Fiddler crabs make great bait. It's funny to me, they're like, go out there and fish up some fiddler crabs in a crab pot. Like, don't you mean just go on the beach? Get them on the beach? I feel like a crab pot, the fiddler crabs are gonna go right through the mesh of the crab pot. You just want to go on the beach, just grab them. They're just right there. Do a little digging for some sand fleas, use them for bait. That's what I used to use. Just dig up sand fleas, put them on a line. Ooh, grotesque mackerel. Yeah, much too small for a crab trap. But, you know, for a video game, it's fine. What are sand fleas? They are like weird little crustacean-y things. If you do a Google image search for sand flea, you should see them. Let me just see if the thing that pops up is what I'm thinking of. Sand fleas, yeah, mole crabs. They're mole crabs, they're called. They're weird little guys. But I would use those. I don't know if I want to. They're not that scary looking. They're certainly a little creepy. Oh, I need to pay attention. Got me some lumber. We call them sand crabs. I always call them sand fleas. Aren't sand fleas like mosquitoes that only eat your ankles? It seems like, based on my Google search, other people call them sand fleas as well, but they're mole crabs. Mole crabs. You call them sand crabs? I'm sure there's a lot of, like, weird colloquial names for them. But yeah, like, as a kid, it was, sand fleas, mole crabs, whatever you want to call them. We would use those for baits, and then, like, little killifish, little silverfish. Just all along the edge of the water, just like whip a net in there and you got them. Sand fleas are smaller, oh. Every locale has a dialect, it's true. Lots of like just weird little colloquial names for all kinds of stuff. Used to collect them as a kid. I remember large, like, jellyfish would wash up. Like, usually just very large box jellies, but every once in a while, like, a man-o-war would wash up on the shore. And just, like, throwing rocks into the beach jellyfishes. Which is, like, weird to say, but... They are weird little gelatinous things that just hold on to stuff. Some weird stuff going on out here. More weird treasure, huh? Pinfish is fun to catch. It makes great grouper bait. Not sure if I know what a pinfish looks like off the top of my head. But again, this is probably a situation where, like, we call them something else. Sea cucumbers? Ooh, a lot of stuff here. There's still goodies. Oh, I don't have room for these goodies. Here on 12-hour format? Sand fly and sand flea both have hundreds of specific meanings. That makes sense. Sand flies, those I know about. They're little fucks. Nothing bites worse than like a black beach fly or sand fly.